Hello guys and welcome back in Romania. How are you?
Well, good, thank you.
Yes, very good. Glad to be back.
Well, it's summer festival time, so here we are to Metalhead meetings. How do you expect the public to be tonight?
I hope it's going to be powerful. It's raining at the moment, but I think it's pouring actually. But I think the Romanians are a great fan base for us. So
Yeah, you guys are crazy about metal. You will stand in the rain probably. I saw some people already die hard. So.
You're not made of sugar.
No.
No. Yeah, well, maybe the rain will stop later, but let's see what happens. But yeah, the public usually is crazy and they don't care if it's weather.
Yeah. That's what we need.
Yeah. So Dance and Laugh from Rotten is your latest release. Then, how is the crowd responding to the album?
Both very good. Both media and crowd were exceptionally good. So we were really honored by that. And can't say anything else about it. It was amazing. So that's why we are touring a lot now to promote the album. A lot of summer shows. So I'm glad to be in Romania once again, because last time was, I think, last year, right?
Yeah, you were with Dark Funeral.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 2 years ago, actually.
Yeah, it's 2 years ago. Yeah, we played a couple of times here. Rockstar at Extreme Fest 2 times, and so.
I know we had the interview back then. And
Yes.
It was freezing outside.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It's always extreme weather. It's freezing, rain.
Yeah.
Or too hot. Yeah.
Well, getting a bit into this album, I noticed that there are some elements that can be, I'd say, unusual for CARACH ANGREN music. Some heavy elements and also some, refrains. Explain me them.
We always try to keep what's going well for us on every album, to tell the story, but also try to have some fresh elements, else it gets boring for us and also for the fans. So, and when writing lyrics and writing music, these things come natural. So we had, for example, like almost a ballad. It's like "Song for the Dead," which was a surprise to release as first song. And on the other hand, we have very heavy song in the Naam van de Duivel. So, and that makes the album very colorful. It has something for everyone, and that's what we like. It's like a movie basically.
Yeah, it's not all about it is one concept, but still yet every single story has a different story to it. So and we thought of the stories we wanted to tell before. It's not easy to say like, okay, let's put the first song about this, the second song about that. It's months, sometimes over a year working about ideas. And I think, there's for everyone something on this album. I think this album touches people quicker than the previous ones, for example.
Yeah. But did you start writing new materials for a new album?
Yeah, I got a couple of ideas laying around already. So we're working on it, but we're taking it step by step, not to rush it. Because, to be honest, it gets more difficult with every album because you have so much to look back on, and the level is really high, and there were some scores on the last reviews like 9 out of 9, 10 out of 10. So I don't try to be intimidated by it, but it is in the back of your head, like you want to always grow and expand yourself. That's a good thing. So, but it will be great.
That's always a challenge and perfect balance between like really doing what we want, really trying to express ourselves, our feeling for the occult, and also think about what does your audience want a little bit. So it's always balancing. You shouldn't make music just for the people. You should make music for yourself, but don't be too arrogant. Just make it for yourself. I mean, it's CARACH ANGREN as a building fan base and trying to keep it that way.
Yeah. So the US tour was already confirmed along Wolfart. So are there more touring plans for this year?
We have a lot actually. We have Greece 2 shows, Russia 2 shows, another one in Norway, Finland, South America too. It's been confirmed for December. So
Portugal, Norway,
Portugal too. Yeah. So it's very busy for us. Yes. So no time to write.
Yeah, as I see, Norway is next year to Inferno, if I'm not wrong.
Also, and the Southern Discomfort Fest. Also,
also Norwegian, huh?
Yeah.
Well, this year CARACH ANGREN would mark like 15 years of activity, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So in a few years you will hit the 20 years of activity. So have you thought to do something special? Maybe releasing a DVD or a special show? I don't know.
Maybe. I always see bands doing these things like, oh, our album has been out 10 years, but I see it as this commercial clever to sell stuff, but we always feel like, okay, what do we like? Because we are in this to have fun. It's easy to get lost, and that it's just a career or work, and we always try to make it fun and come up with new original things. So that's why probably we don't really, for example, this year it's 10 years ago that Lamandam came out, but then in 2 years it's going to be That Game, in 2 years it's going to be Where the Corpse Sing Forever. So, but never say never, but we have some exciting plans we are building for the future, but it doesn't have anything to do with the 20 years, but there will be more stuff we are thinking about.
Well, usually bands do something special for their anniversary.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So,
Okay.
I want to ask your opinion about the streaming platforms like Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, whatsoever. Some bands complain that it kind of ruined the metal scene because the bands have no sales anymore and stuff like that. So what do you think about it, and do you have these issues, I don't know, affect your sales?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mixed issue because technology got ahead of ourselves, also with the internet, and what I like about it is that it set us free in one way, but now it's also putting us in a cage again because we have, with social media, you are looking, you're addicted. But the good thing is that people have access to a lot of stuff, everywhere around the world. So I'm in favor of that. The revenue for Spotify and stuff is very low still, but there is some revenue. But in the old days, artists were making super much money. It was also a bit extreme, I think. So now, you have to make money from shows and merchandise, and I see it as an opportunity because also when you make a good song now and people play it maybe for 80 years on Spotify, you get 80 years a little bit of money. So that's also a way to look at it. And before, people bought one time a CD and that was it. So now the streaming can also open new doors. But I always try to be positive about this, because if you're being negative and you are like, shitty this and that, and you're not excited and you're not going to give your best in this world. That's how I see it.
Yeah, because the MySpace and the Facebook world is where we gained our fans from. That's what we kept doing since the beginning, and it's an instrument, and that helped us a lot. So I think it's a storm that comes, and we have to go along with the wind. That's how I see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Always ups and downs here with
Yeah,
this. So some think it's good, some not, because of they think the sales are low. Because people don't buy merch anymore. I mean, the music, the CDs, because they have everything online, on YouTube, on Spotify.
A lot of fans still buy a vinyl, for example, an album. So you see that diehard fans still buy it. And I sometimes buy something when I really like it, or I buy it on iTunes, so then you also support an artist. Or I have, for example, some of my other work on Bandcamp, and people support it to this. So there's also a lot of new opportunities, but it's not like I'm gonna make an album, gonna be rich, and that's it. That's just not how it works.
No.
Yeah, if we would have existed in the 80s and do exactly what we do now, then things would have looked different for us. And I think maybe we wouldn't have to do all these things with connections and networking and being busy with the internet, because back then it was just a matter of.
But it was also restricted, or like a couple of people in charge of the whole industry, and there were just very few bands coming in. So now, even a band from, I don't know where, even from Romania or Netherlands, they can put up a song and everyone can listen to it. So the access is there, and I like that concept.
If it's good, it will be found.
Exactly.
It's for everyone now, and it's like now you have everything on YouTube or on Spotify. You listen, and if you like, maybe someone decided, I want to buy this album. But in the past, some people would just buy and have a big collection. But indeed, there are some fans who still buy because but some say that the sales aren't that much as in the past.
No, they are
because
low,
of this.
but that's
still.
It's like when technology changes, you see it, for example, with with postcards, you know, and letters. Since we have email, people write less or in a different way. So it's like an evolution.
Exactly.
You cannot stop that.
Well, it's the technology. It's
Evolving, huh?
blooming now. So
Yeah, it's mind blowing in a way. Yeah.
yeah. In your point of view, do you consider that CARACH ANGREN have more fans in the US than Europe?
I think it's changing, huh?
Yeah, we toured Europe more nowadays again, but the US is crazy for us because I think what we do is something new to them, and they are really open to this. And in Europe, we have a long history of black metal and the stuff we do, so people look at it with different eyes, and so you get different results. But so it's a different experience. And I like it here because it's a challenge, you know. Every time there are a lot of bands from Europe and Scandinavia, so you really are pushed to make yourself more and more original. And US is just crazy, so we're really, and in the end we're really grateful for all the opportunities we get to play and promote our music.
But I guess you have seen the incidents about the black metal band Marduk that were cancelled in USA, considering to promote, I don't know, a Nazi imagery. So, what do you think about it?
Well, for me personally, I don't think it's too serious for Marduk. I mean, we know the guys a little bit, and I don't think they're racist at all. You know, so for themselves personally, it's more like an obsession. I mean, all their albums is about the war a little bit more or less. You know,
Exactly.
Where the Corpses Sing Forever, our album is about wars and Russia, and so it depends. You know, I think. In a way, people blow it up, and I say it's wrong. And on the other hand, it's another way of publicity too, you know. And bad publicity is good publicity.
And also, we live in a strange time because it's again about social media, but everyone is easily offended these days. It's like something and everyone also feels to have an opinion about anything. Like I'm more like, okay, wait, sit down, sleep one night, and I see a lot of things, I hear a lot of things, but a lot of things I think like. You know, it's not my place to comment on it, and I think more people should do that because you know, it's like what the hell, or look into it. So Marduk, they have this imagery, and they have this. I think they like the history of it and different aspects.
They do.
Exactly. So it's bullshit if you cancel a tour for them.
Yeah, but not only them have this problem with the so-called Antifa.
Yeah,
even the Norwegian band Tag and other bands, I think even Graveland or have the same problem in the USA that
we had it in Holland too. They wanted to cancel our show because it would be satanic and everything.
Christians.
And the game does a lot of publicity, but you see that these people are very narrow-minded and they make horrible comparisons. So it's something we should stand up against, I think. Because I mean, I like everyone, and everyone can be free and have their own convictions, and they can try. But please leave that space for everyone else too. But of course, when people are really offensive or there are really bad things happening, and I think we all know somehow where those lines are. But I mean, like Dark and Marduk, they don't come close. I mean, some bands do some stupid stuff. They have like pictures floating on the internet where they look a bit suspicious, but in the end I think that's also just, you know, alcohol and blah blah blah.
It's no serious.
It's not that serious, no.
Not at all.
If you're gonna be a serious extreme right band now, good luck because
if you want to grow, you will be banned in many countries, you know, and the bands won't just want to tour and get out there too, and they need a little bit of provocation. It comes with the part. We do that in another way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but if this continues, then more bands should be banned in some countries, which is not a good thing, actually.
You're gonna get waves because if people get banned, bands get banned, people are gonna get stand up against that again, and we'll go back and forth. And now we live in a time where people are a bit uncertain because everything is available all the time. So many opinions, so many bullshit. So everyone is screaming and no one's being heard, it seems. So.
And you could also look at that positive again, like if you get banned and there's a country waiting for you, and for example the government says, oh, we banned this band, Well, the people are waiting for you there. They are, oh, we want to see Carla, but they cannot come. So maybe it's like a bad publicity that makes them,
Yeah.
you know, it's how you look at it. But of course, we wouldn't throw in our own windows by making racial slurs or anything like that. Not at all.
Yeah, this happens sadly, and seems these extreme bands, black metal ones that have I don't know what theme, like paganism, Nazi. Usually these ones are big bands. So even Dark Funeral had an incident here in Romania to a festival.
Yeah. Or they had many.
Well, here they were cancelled to a festival due to the church that found out they are satanic, and what the hell are they doing here? They promote Satanism, but the church, of course, couldn't do nothing, but it was all on the media. The newspapers, it was on the local news, even to the big news, and I was okay, what the fuck. But of course, Dark Funeral same didn't care. Since the show continued, it's fine. But some shows are sometimes bands. Their shows are cancelled in the middle, like
The church promotes love everyone, so I would suggest they love everyone and allow everything. So, but that's the way I see it. But there's a lot of dogmatic elements in some religions.
Yeah, well, it's hope this won't happen soon again with bands, because if it continues so, I think it's really, really bad, especially for some bands that the fans are waiting for, and they can maybe won't have a chance to see that band because of this, and it happens.
Let's hope it won't get more.
But I think it has always been this story. It's been going for a long time. I mean, for example, Dark Funeral, when they began, in the beginning they were already satanic, so they had this coming and going. And
many bands were so. I mean, even Cradle of Filth were once banned in Indonesia. Gorgoroth were banned in Poland, and I was okay, Poland, but they have Behemoth in Poland, which kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
so
funny.
Depends who wakes up and say, oh, those are satanic, let's ban them, and everyone goes crazy. But
that's what happened to us. We had a poster in a city, and it says CARACH ANGREN unleashes demons over Amstelveen. And some guy from a Christian party saw it, and it was Christmas Eve, so we blew it up immediately. So then, that's just how it can happen.
But it was fun for you, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
For us it worked out perfectly.
Well, do you have other plans in mind regarding new album?
We will work on it, and but it will take some time. And for now, we will tour more, promote the last album.
Work on a show, especially, is also something of this time. You cannot stay there just with your instrument. At least that's our opinion of our band. It's like he said, we want to be a movie. It's like it needs to be a spectacle, you know, an explosive show, and that's what we want to give.
Well, thanks a lot for the interview. It was my pleasure.
Thank you too.
Cheers from Metal One.
Cheers back.
Cheers back.